Hello guys and welcome to Ebony Tarot. So today I'm just going to do a message for the collective, and I just wanted to speak a little bit about the lack of support and just other things. I've got like a multitude of topics, but first of all, thank you so much for all your likes, your comments, your shares and your subscribes. I really do appreciate that. I really do. Yeah, so I just had to just point that out before I start. Okay. But yeah, I just kind of it's like I've got a channeled message. I've also got my own message mixed with other topics that I just feel like might be helpful to some people. Okay, so I'm gonna start with talking about the lack of support, because I have been getting a lot of energy from, I'm an empath, I can tap into a lot of people, and I have been getting a lot of energy of like people really wanting to do things but not believing in it, and it comes out a lot in the readings as well, especially in personal readings, and I myself can relate to some things as well. So it's one of the reasons why I put a post in my community tab, because I thought the divine said it will help people. And so yeah, I kind of just want to do like a visual representation of what I was talking about, but also different things as well. Okay, and whatever comes through, because when I start channeling, I don't even know what I want to talk about. The divine just speaks. Okay, so yeah, first of all, I just wanted to say, when it comes to going after what it is that you want to do, okay, you are going to go through periods of times where people don't support what it is that you want to do, where people don't make you feel proud, where people don't make you feel good. Like, that's going to happen. And it's kind of like, it's really tough kind of growing up not being around anyone that really gives a fuck about what it is that you're doing, unless you're using your skills and your talents to kind of help them or benefit them. It's not nice when you want to tell someone that you want to do something, and they kind of laugh at you, or they just, I don't feel like it's going to work out, or they just don't say anything. They just don't say anything. They just completely ignore you. And as an empath as well, you can literally feel hatred and feel jealousy, and it's one of those things where it's like, it's so easy for someone to say, oh, ignore the hate, ignore this, ignore that, but when you can feel it, that's different. Because someone can say something to you, but when you can feel the energy, and especially when you're young and you don't really understand, like, that you're different and that you're special, but you don't understand that you're an empath, or you don't understand how to control yourself, or not control yourself, sorry, how to protect yourself. Like, let me give you an example. I don't know if anyone has watched Charmed. I used to love Charmed when I was growing up. Oh my god. And Phoebe was one of my favorite characters, right? And one of the witches, the three witches, okay? She was the only witch that didn't have like actual powers where she could use to like, move things with her hand, but she had the power of premonition, and she was an empath. And there was one episode where her and her sisters swapped powers, and Prue, one of her sisters, she got her ability of being an empath, right? So there was one episode where she went missing, and from what I can remember, and they went to find her, and she was literally like in a house, curled up into a ball, crying. And, there was whispers, and there was cries, and there was callings, and she was embodying all the energy of the community and people around her, okay? And she couldn't handle it. She was in the room, locked up somewhere. And after her having her sister's powers, she had a newfound respect for an empath, because she was like, how do you manage this? Like, how do you handle this? Because she had the cool power where she could just move things with her mind and with her hands and shit. But Phoebe had the power of feeling people's emotions. And it's not unless you're an empath, unless you're highly intuitive, unless you're actually a celestial being, unless you're really in tune, because there's a lot of people on here that be reading and shit, but they're not really in tune, okay? Unless you're in tune, you don't understand what it's like to not only have hatred from people, but to feel it. Like, you can walk into a room and you can feel the vibes, okay? And, rainbow children, indigo children, and crystal children, especially crystal and rainbow children, are very sensitive to people's energies. It's one of the reasons why a lot of us like to be empaths, like to be introverts. And we don't like to be around people, because we can feel, as much as we can feel hatred, we can feel evilness. Like, I can feel, it's kind of like having the devil in your ear. And sometimes to talk they say, when you want to cast out like demonic energies, like you have to clap or you have to do loud noises. Some people have bells and shit, but people don't know this because they ain't spiritually inclined, okay? So sometimes when you address things, people see it as you're letting it get to you, and it's like, no. Sometimes you have to speak on something to cast out the energy within yourself when you are embodying the energy of the community, especially as your powers start heightening. Things are going to start happening to you. You're going to start hearing things. You don't know what the fuck's going on. I said this one time in one of my videos where I was with someone and I heard in my brain the phone's gonna ring, and like 5 seconds later my friend's phone started to ring. Do you know what I mean? I can hear a baby crying and I'm like, where the fuck's that coming from? And next thing you know, I'll go outside and there will be a baby coming. Do you know what I mean? It's the power of premonition. It's like prophecy. Like you can feel and you can hear things before it happens. There was one time when I was on the bus. Never forget this. If I was still talking to this dickhead, he would be here today to tell you the story, okay? But I was with someone on the bus. And we were sitting there and I literally went like this, like literally. And after I done that, the bus jerked. So I felt the vibration of the bus jerking before it fucking happened. I felt the energy come towards me before it fucking happened. And I was like, oh my God. And even he was like, what the fuck? Because he's like, how did you? And I was like, I don't fucking know. Do you understand me? So it's really hard when you're like a proper true spiritualist, a proper fucking let me just get the cards out. When you're a proper high priestess, people don't understand. Everyone's got their opinions to tell you how to do things and how to address things. And that gets on my nerves because it's just like, I feel energy. I can feel it. I don't let opinions of people bother me because I always say your opinions don't pay my bills, okay? But when I can feel the energy, that's something different. Like yesterday, I can't even get it because it's over there. I got a black candle this fucking big and this fucking wide. Okay, when that bitch goes down in about, I don't know, 9 months, however long it's going to take to burn that candle, I'm going to use it as a vase, okay? But I have to up my protection skills and shit because I'm really enhancing as a high priestess. Like this is the card I got today. Do you know what I mean? I done a reading on myself today and I got all cards of ascension and cosmic energy and because I can feel that my powers are heightening, okay? But that I was talking about, like, oh Jesus Christ, see my bra, people. I was talking about lack of support because it's like I'm really stepping into my own power and things are starting to come into fruition for me. And a lot of things that I used to tell people years ago, they never used to believe me. And even there's some things that I started and I stopped doing it because I wasn't ready for the attention or because I had to sacrifice certain things. Like I had to go to like proper like physical work and work on my things in order to bring my shipments, in order for my shipments to come in order to like furnish my house and things like that. Like everything in my house, I bought it myself. I don't, apart from a few like things that people might have given me like as hand-me-downs and I reinvented it. But I had to work hard for everything that I done. I didn't have no one to help me, no man or nothing to help me paint and decorate. I had to do everything on my own from like watching, those like interior design programs. Like I used to love watching that shit as a kid, and I remember seeing them put tape around the house to like not go outside the edges when you're painting and shit. So all my knowledge that I remember, I had to just do things for myself, like, and anything I did get anyone to do, like put things up, I paid them to do it, okay? But I've had to do everything on my own because people didn't support me or they didn't want to help me or they didn't believe in me, and so I just wanted people to know that like when you believe in yourself, you don't need the support of anyone else. You have to understand that, your parents won't believe in you. Your sisters, your brothers won't believe in you. Your cousins won't believe in you. No one is going to sit there and say, yes, let's get the, like when I even see people having family business and shit, I'm like, I wonder what that's like. I wonder what it's like to sit down as a family and say, do you know what? Like, we've got this plan. Let's get this together and it actually works well. Like, I wonder what the fuck that's like. Do you know what I mean? For a family to actually come together and do something and to actually believe it. What the fuck is, I don't fucking know. But I wanted people to know that like they don't need the support of the people closest to them for them to believe that their shit's going to work. Anything that works in life is you putting in that work and you believing in yourself and you believing that it's going to happen. But also requires realistic mindset, because a lot of people, they live in an illusion of like that Seven of Cups fantasy energy, where it's like, oh, I have a dream that I want to do this, I have a dream that I want to do that, and it's like, oh, when I meet a rich man, or when I come into some money, or when I win the lottery, like, you know, at the end of the day, the universe will provide abundance for you when the universe sees that you're putting work into what it is that you want. You can't expect everything to happen for you just like that. And that's why a lot of people, because I know quite a few people that have like spoiled brat mentalities, where if they work on something and it doesn't happen after 5 minutes, and they don't want to do it anymore because they see someone else doing it and it's working for them. And it's like, bitch, that person has been working on that idea for 10 years, because that person looked at other people that have been working on their dreams. They done their research, they found out shit. They had an understanding that anything that you put work into is going to take time. And it's one of the beauties of being someone who's creative, because creativity teaches you patience. You know, when you paint, you can't just paint a picture and it just happens. That's not what happens. You have to have a process. You know, you have to sketch out your idea, then you have to paint it, then you have to wait for it to dry, then you have to put different tones, you know, and it takes a long process. Some people work on paintings for like fucking months and shit. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Paintings, artistry, like making clothes, like I know how to stitch and shit. You know, when you pattern cut, you have to create the pattern first. Do you know what I mean? Then you might make mistakes like, oh, the arm's not long enough, the thing's not this. The machine might break down. Everything is a process. You know, you start with a vision, but you have to work on it. You have to put in that work for it to come into fruition. And it's like Mother Nature. If you plant a seed, okay, like I planted some sunflower seeds the other day in a pot on my windowsill. I fucking forgot about them. I just saw it the other day and it's finally starting to sprout. And I'm like, oh my God, it's not a sunflower yet. I didn't just put the seed in the fucking soil and be like, boom, sunflower. I have to wait for that shit to grow. It's fucking been raining for how many days? I have to wait for the sun to come and give it life for it to fucking grow. It doesn't work like that. So a lot of people, you know, their dreams get squished because everyone around them makes them think that it doesn't work. But then they praise celebrities and they praise everyone else who's in the public eye who followed their dreams. And it's like, well, how the fuck do you think that person got there? Because they worked at it. That's why. Do you know what I mean? There are some people that are literally born into money. And we're not talking about those people that don't work for shit and, you know, they're just rich bitches because, you know, because they can, because it's easily accessible to them. I'm talking about people who actually put in hours and shit. And, you know, people, especially people that don't have the confidence to work on something, they don't understand that in order to work on your dreams, you need to be alone. That's why I say fuck support. Fuck support, because at the end of the day, you know, your dreams require 24/7, 24 hours of your time. You have to be working on your dreams 24/7 for them to come to fruition. You need to understand you're going to have sleepless nights. There's going to be times when you forget to fucking eat because you have that much passion. You're not going to have time for meaningless conversations, meaningless relationships. If you're working on your dreams, you think you're going to be worrying about fucking Gary who fucking left you and fucked 5 bitches down the road. No. Fuck Gary. That's all Gary knows how to do is fuck. And you know what? You're going to see Gary in 5 years with 7 different baby mums, stressed as fuck, with everyone trying to get child support at him, fucking social workers, him doing this, that and the other, stressed as fuck, looking like an old man, probably got hella fucking diseases because he don't know how to keep his dick in his pants, while you're onto bigger and better things, raking in that shmoney and getting fucking adored like you should be, okay? Don't worry about what people are doing. Worry about yourself. You know, it's really hard when you've got an achievement and there's no one to say, well done. There's no one to say, I'm proud of you. There's no one to tell you that you're talented. It's hard. But that shouldn't make you feel like you're not able to do what it is that you can do. You know, there's people that are not talented that are in the public's eye and just think, how the fuck did you get there? Because they look good or because they know the right people. Because they always say it's not even what you know these days, it's who the fuck you know. Things are so easily accessible. Like, people flutter their eyelids or fucking get their dick out and their pussy out to get their way in life. Yes, I said it. There is men out here fucking women and shit to get up in places. I can guarantee. I know a couple gigolos. I can guarantee it. Okay? People are out here selling themselves or selling their soul to the devil to get by. Because they want quick shit. They want everything to come to them like that. But they don't understand that when you do shit like that, consequences happen. You're not free when you're working underneath someone else, when someone can control you, someone can put fear in you. Well, you know what? If you don't do this, we're going to do that. So you know what? Isolate yourself from people and work hard on your shit and be prepared. You know, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pentacles here. The pentacles in the tarot can sometimes represent years. This person, it could have took this person 8 fucking years for their shipments to come in. But finally, he's on his last fucking pentacle. You know what I mean? Like, some people, they really be looking at shit on the outside. Because, again, a lot of people have superficial mindsets. And they look at things on the outside thinking that things just blew up for some people. And that's not the case. You don't know the struggles that people had to go through behind closed doors. That's why it really irritates me when people compare themselves to people. Like, some people act like spoiled little bitches and spoiled brats. Oh, I done something. I posted a video and no one viewed it. I'm going to cry for 5 days because, you know, my friend posted a video and she got 1K views. The fuck? Well, your friend might be getting attention because, first of all, she's authentic. You're doing it for the wrong fucking reasons. Second of all, she's been studying and working at this shit for years. You just jumped on the scene, darling. You don't even know what you're dabbling into, okay? She's getting her just rewards because she put in the work. And a lot of people, they really get upset about some people's lifestyles, but they don't understand what they had to go through and the challenges and the obstacles that they had to go through in order to even get to that stepping stone. Because it's like, if you wanted to, like, for example, some people, if you wanted to swap lives with me, you'd be like, do you know what, it's all right. It's like, I'm working on my own tarot deck, for example, okay? And, you know, I'm so happy that everyone's supporting it because, like, I mainly wanted to work. I mainly created, I am creating a deck for myself because I was tired of not finding decks that didn't, you know, have melanated people in it. You know, now I'm finding a lot more decks. But at the time when I had the idea for the tarot deck, because, again, I've had this idea for fucking years, there wasn't any. At least I couldn't find any, okay? And so that was why I wanted to create it, because I was actually going to say to myself, I'm not actually going to create a tarot channel until I have a deck that represents me in it, people of, you know, color and shit, or at least a diverse deck where everyone can relate to it, or I'm going to create my own. And I started designing my deck in 2019, okay? I stopped designing my deck because I found out my mom had breast cancer. And so last year was, you know, was a terrible year for everyone, but that was one of the most hardest, painful, and most difficult years of my fucking life. You know, I was in and out of the hospital, not with my mom, then something happened to my little brother, then this happened, then that happened, then I had to escape from a fucking psycho. You know, all shit was going on. Do you know what I mean? And then finally, when I had time for myself, and I'm like, well, now I can work on my deck, then I got fucking jealous, hating bitches around me. And I'm like, swap fucking lives with me. You watch your mum fucking go through what she went through. You tap into your gifts and talents and fucking create. Sorry, I don't want to get emotional, guys. Create like rituals and spell rituals and shit, because that's what I did. You know, that experience was horrible experience, but it helped me to tap into my gifts and talents of using nature as a tool to heal, okay? But it's like, you know, even people get jealous of my stability. It's like for 3 months I couldn't live in my fucking house because I had contractors break into my house and fuck up my windows and not finish them. They finished the white people's windows downstairs though, because they were a mature couple and they were white. But young black girl living on her own, oh, she must have had a baby, that's why she got this place. No, okay? We're gonna come in, we're gonna break into your house. Imagine how frightening that is to come home and see fucking niggas in your house just all about the shit and breaking your blinds and shit, and then you're writing to the housing and the housing are telling you that you're making it up because you want compensation. I've always had to fight for everything that I want because people be talking to me like I'm some juvenile child when I'm a grown-ass woman. You know, I'm always being silenced for telling my truth. I've literally had a guy grab my face and dig his fingernails into my cheeks to stop me from talking my truth because I'm telling him that he's disrespecting me. And what I get in return is more disrespect. You know when you give someone when you give someone love and they give you hate because they can't control you. Niggas be putting their hands on you and shit. You know, you're the only one in the workplace that speaks up when a child is not fucking getting treated right, and then they sack you for fucking telling them that they're going against fucking policies and fucking childcare standards and shit. All my life, people have tried to either silence me or use me. You know, people don't want to speak about certain things. Because, our reputation, this, that, and the other. I live in truth, darling, okay? Everyone has a past, everyone's done something, but we can't live in it. We need to learn from it. And some people, they still live in their past and they bury it. It's like they bury their past, but then yet they're still living in it, which I find fucking hilarious. You know, they're smoking and drinking their way through life because they want to forget and bury shit. No, live through the pain. Live through the pain. There's some of us that had to cry ourselves to sleep every fucking single day and wake up thinking, what am I going to do today? How am I going to pay for this? How am I going to pay for that? You're calling people to help you. Oh, you're so depressing. You're so this, you're so that. Oh, but then when they see you popping off, all of a sudden, Page of Pentacles, people are reaching out to you though, innit? Fuck everyone who don't believe in you. Fuck everyone who don't like what you have to say. Fuck them, okay? Keep working on your goals. Have that willpower. Shine your beauty, okay? Work on your health and your mind and your stability, and that abundance will come to you. You've got to have endurance, okay? Think about your plans, okay? And trust me, you're going to heal yourself, and other motherfuckers are going to be sad as fuck, and they're going to want to come and communicate with you, okay? But you use your discernment because you're going to be transforming, okay? And you know what? This is your fucking result. And see how alignment in those cards were? And this was it from shuffling for myself earlier. So I knew that this message was going to be, for somebody. But, we need to stop worrying about support and lack thereof. Because, sometimes people don't support you because you're so fucking talented. Because you're so fucking smart. Older people get fucking insecure because there's a younger person telling them how to live their... Do you know what? With me, right? 222, as I said that. 222, as I said that. A lot of people who are older than me try to tell me what to do. And it's funny because I look at their life and I'm like, I don't want to listen to you. I don't say this to them. I'm thinking I'm not listening to you because, I don't respect anything about your life. You've made decisions that are dumb as fuck, okay? When you were my age, you were out there whoring, smoking drugs, partying, or, I don't know, just doing dumb shit, okay? And this is why you're in the situation that you're in now. And then you have the audacity to come and tell me how to live my life. Nah, bruh, it's going to be a no from me. It's going to be a no. One thing I can't stand is when people tell Libras how to do things. Like, Libras rule cosmic law. We fucking wrote the laws of the galaxy. We wrote the laws. Coming telling me something is like coming and into a courthouse and telling a judge how to sentence the fucking defendant or whoever. Like, if a nigga stole something and fucking raped 5 people, I don't need you coming into my courthouse and saying, oh, well, don't address him. It's fine. You putting him away for like 6 years. It doesn't mean that when he comes out, he's not going to do it again. It doesn't mean that. But it doesn't also mean that I can't fucking put him on time out for being a fucking psycho. I hate when people try and tell me that I shouldn't and shouldn't address something. It's my job to address shit. Because I can feel it. I can feel people's vengeance. I can feel people's pain. I feel shit. I used to sit there and think, why the fuck do I have this gift? I fucking hate it. And it was very hard for me to distinguish my own pain from other people's. Very hard to distinguish, especially if I was in a relationship with someone. Like, I can feel their thoughts. I know what they're doing. I hate all of that shit. I hate knowing that someone is keeping something from me and I'm going against my intuition, and then my intuition leads me to exactly what I thought about. I speak to the right people. I find out the right information. I hate that shit. But I stop explaining myself to people. I just be ghosting motherfuckers because what's the point of me talking to you when you're going to keep lying to my face? Like, people really be disrespecting Libras, high priestesses, intuitive people, creative people. It's like they think if you're creative, you're dumb. The fuck? And you've got more sense than they have. Never take constructive criticism from those who have constructed nothing. And also, for those who come on other people's channel and tell them how to address things as well, you just need to be quiet. You know, I had someone the other day going back and forth telling me that I shouldn't address haters. Even though it was a collective message and I could feel the hate, especially Libras, Capricorns, Taurus, and there's another sign, I think it's Aquarius. There's particular signs where there's so much hate, like, there's so much hate and I can feel it. Because, you know, I get woken up at like 3, 4 in the morning with downloads and shit, right? So sometimes I need to cast out the demonic energy by speaking on it. And I had someone in my comments telling me like, oh, you need to do better. Like, don't do that again. You know, I want to see you do well. You know, you telling people not to put a thumbs down is not going to stop them from putting a thumbs down. Like, I didn't say it was going to stop them from putting a thumbs down, but it doesn't mean like she missed the whole entire point of the post. The whole entire point of the post was to remind people why they're stuck. Because it might help people to reflect and be like, you know what, I'm sitting here hating on someone, worrying about someone else's future when I can just work on mine. I do not need someone coming on my channel telling me what to do and how to address people. How fucking dare you, okay? How dare you? Stay on people's channels that will be airy-fairy, that will read cards and say, yeah, you know what, someone's coming back. You know, they cheated on you, they lied, they slept with 5 of your friends, you know, or, you know, she slept with your fucking dad and shit. But you know what, they're still in love with you and you're going to be together. The fuck? If that's the shit that you want to hear, you do that. You know, when I've got beautiful energies, I read on it. But if you're dealing with a dickhead, I am not encouraging anyone to go back to anyone that doesn't respect them, anyone that puts their hands on them, anyone that doesn't believe on them, anyone that cheats, lies, and steals from them. It's going to be a no from me. Okay? I'm all about morality and principle, integrity and respect. And I respect people who stay in their truth. Now, you can not like someone and respect them. I don't have to love you to respect you, but you need to have respect in order to love someone. So a lot of people are in connections thinking that they're in love, but they're in lust. And the person doesn't respect them. If someone doesn't respect you, they don't fucking love you. Let me tell you that for free, okay? So you need to stop being around people that disrespect you. And certain people need to stop coming on people's channels telling them how to be. I'm a grown-ass fucking woman. I've been paying bills since I left school. When I was at home with my mum, I had to pay towards the rent. I had to pay towards the council tax. I had to pay towards shopping. I had to pay towards gas and electricity. So I already knew shit. I've seen people go back home because they moved out and they couldn't handle paying bills because they're fucking spending £500 on fucking weave and shit. My hair cost me $2.99 and I do it myself. You know, I'm not spending rent money on fucking human hair that's been on someone else's head and it's attached to their energy. And everyone wonders why their mindset is all fucking all over the blood clot place. Do you know what I mean? Protective styling, okay. Have my natural curly hair out, yes. But you know, I'll be damned if I spend fucking £500 on fucking weave and fucking lace wigs. I'll be damned, okay. There's no disrespect to anyone who does that. You can do whatever you want. But I'm just saying, I know people like that couldn't live by themselves because they would rather spend money on hair, weave, and nails and makeup and having fucking one banana in their fridge that they've had in there for fucking 5 months. Because they want to look good, but they got nothing going on at home. Same thing with men. Men coming out here looking all snazzy and jazzy and shit. And you know what I mean? They're fucking sleeping on the floor and shit. Because they're choosing to invest in dumb things. It's not that people are broke. They're broke-minded, okay? So yeah, I'd appreciate it if people don't come on my channel telling me how to do things. It really annoys me. I'm not, you know, in 10 years' time, I'm going to be 40 years old. Like, I'm a grown-ass woman, you know. October the 7th is my birthday. I'm grown. I live by myself. I don't need people to address me. I address people on my channel, okay? And I always say to people, if people don't like the way I do things, they don't need to be here. You know, the divine speaks through me. So tell me not to do something is telling the divine not to do something. You don't disrespect the divine, period. We need to start recognizing each other as queens and as empresses and stop trying to dictate. And like, I don't need someone to mother me. Okay? I don't need someone to do that. Like, I'm a grown-ass woman. I know how to do shit. And if I want to address somebody or the collective on something, I will. It doesn't mean that me saying it is going to stop it from happening. But it doesn't mean that I don't need to cast out the evil energy within myself that I keep feeling every fucking day. Right. That's all I wanted to say today, people. Woo! I hope you find this well. If you don't, I don't know what to tell you. I keep it real on this channel. And if people don't like the realness, you know, they don't have to be here. I'm so tired of people saying, oh, reputation and this, that, and the other. Live your truth. Too many people are living for other people. And you know what happens? You get miserable. You're miserable because you're too scared to do this. You're too scared of what people are going to think. You're too scared of what people are going to say. I know someone who won't go out and jog because they're scared of people seeing them. Oh, what if people see me jogging in the area? So you're going to put your own health before... Listen, I'm out, man. I'm out. And I just wanted to thank everybody who does believe in me, who does listen to me, and who does support me, and who does book readings with me. And like I said, if you don't receive your reading today, you'll receive it tomorrow when I'm in calmer energies. And I've just got a lot of things that I need to get on with in the house. Because like I said, I live by myself. And I've got to do everything by myself. So there's shit that I need to attend to. And yeah, just that everybody else who is independent, I respect all of you. Because I feel like some people don't really understand that. Or, you know, they underestimate you. Or some people think I'm like really young and like, you know, oh, you know, let me baby you. No, don't baby me, darling. It's okay. Okay, if I need advice, I'll come to you for it. Thank you. Toodles.